An Introduction to the Science of Hadith by Ibn al-Salah al-Shahrazuri, 577 to 643, the most influential work on the science of Hadith in existence. Category 41. Older people transmitting from younger ones. Al-Akabir, al-Ruwat, and al-Asagir. One benefit from this category is that it will not be mistakenly assumed that the person being transmitted from is older than or superior to the person transmitting, on the basis that in most instances that is the case. If that is not automatically assumed, their true status will not be known. It has been established that Aisha, God be pleased with her, said, "The Messenger of God, peace be upon him, ordered us to put people in their proper place." Such cases take several forms. One is that the transmitter is older and belongs to an earlier generation than the person from whom he transmitted. That was the case of Zuhri and Yahya bin Sa'id al-Ansari in their relation with Malik, or from Malik. It was also the case of the later scholar Abu Qasim Ubaydullah ibn Ahmad al-Azhari, one of the teachers of al-Khatib al-Baghdadi, who transmitted from al-Khatib in some of his works, and al-Khatib was at the time in the prime of his youth and his days as a student. Another form is that the transmitter is greater in stature than the person from whom he related hadith, because he is a knowledgeable expert, and the person he transmits from is only a teacher who just transmits. Teacher translated is sheikh, or sheikh is translated as teacher. This was the case with Malik in his relation with Abdullah bin Dinar and Ahmed ibn Hanbal and Ishaq ibn Rahawayh in their relation from Ubaydullah ibn Musa, and there are many instances of that. Another form of this is that the transmitter is greater in both respects. Examples of this are the many scholars and experts who relate from their students and pupils. For instance, the relation of the expert Abdul Ghani ibn Sa'id from Muhammad ibn Ali al-Suri, the relation of Abu Bakr al-Barqani from al-Khatib, and the relation of al-Khatib from Abu Nasr ibn Ma'kula. Similar cases are numerous. Subsumed under this category are the instances of a companion transmitting hadith from a follower, which are cited, like the relation of the Abdullahs and other companions in Ka'ab al-Ahbar. The same is true of the relation of a follower from a follower of a follower. For instance, the relation of Zuhri and Abu Sa'id Yahya bin Sa'id al-Ansari from Malik, which we mentioned above. The same is true of Amr ibn Shu'ayb ibn Muhammad ibn Abdullah bin Amr ibn al-As. He was not a follower, yet more than 20 followers transmitted from him. The expert Abdul Ghani ibn Sa'id collected the names of those followers in a small book. I read in the handwriting of the expert Abu Muhammad at-Tabasi in one of his compilations that he said, Amr ibn Shu'ayb was not a follower, yet some 70 followers transmitted hadith from him. God knows best. Category 42. Symmetrical transmissions and other instances of peers transmitting from one another. Al-Mudabbaj wa ma addahu min riwat al-aqran ba'dihim an ba'd. Peers are those who are alike in regard to age and their relative position in isnads. Occasionally, Abu Abdullah al-Hakim was satisfied with their being alike in regard to isnads, even if there was no similarity in regard to their age. Be aware that the relation of one peer from another falls into different subcategories. One is the symmetrical, and this is two peers relating from each other. An example of this from the companions is Aisha and Abu Hurairah, each of whom related from the other. An example from the followers is the relation of Zuhri from Umar ibn Abdul Aziz and the relation of Umar from Zuhri. An example from the followers is the relation of Malik from Awza'i and the relation of Awza'i from Malik. An example from the followers is the relation of Ahmed ibn Hanbal from Ali ibn al-Madini and the relation of Ali from Ahmed. Al-Hakim gave us an example of the last, the relation of Ahmed ibn Hanbal from Abdul Razak ibn Hammam and the relation of Abdul Razak from Ahmed, and that is not satisfactory. An example of the relation of peers which is not symmetrical consists of one of the peers relating from the other, while the other, so far as we know, did not relate from him. An example of this is the relation of Sulaiman al-Taymi from Mis'ar. They were peers, and we do not know of the case of Mis'ar relating from Taymi. There are many examples like this, and God knows best. Category 43. The relation of brothers and sisters among scholars and transmitters. Ma'rifat al-ikhwa wal-akhawat min al-ulama wal-ruwat. This is one of the branches of knowledge which the scholars of hadith have treated in independent works. Ali al-Madini, Abu Abdurrahman al-Nasawi, that is, Nasa'i, Abu al-Abbas al-Sarraj, and others composed books on it. Examples of two siblings from the companions are the brothers Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and Utbah bin Mas'ud, and brothers Zayd ibn Thabit and Yazid ibn Thabit, and brothers Amr ibn al-As and Hisham ibn al-As. Examples from the followers are Abu Maysara Amr ibn Shurahbil and his brother Arkam ibn Shurahbil, both of whom were amongst the finest students of Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. Huzayl ibn Shurahbil and Arkam ibn Shurahbil are two other brothers who are also students of Ibn Mas'ud. Examples of three brothers are Sahal, Abad, and Uthman, the sons of Hunayf, and Amr ibn Shu'ayb, Umar, and Shu'ayb, the sons of Shu'ayb ibn Muhammad ibn Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. An example of four brothers is Suhayl ibn Abi Salih as-Samman al-Zayyat and his brothers Abdullah, who is also called Abbad, Muhammad, and Salih. An example of five is what we hear from Abu Abdullah al-Hakim. He said, I heard the expert Abu Ali al-Husayn ibn Ali more than once say, Adam ibn Uyayna, Imran ibn Uyayna, Muhammad ibn Uyayna, Sufyan ibn Uyayna, and Ibrahim ibn Uyayna transmitted hadith from up to the last of them. An example of six of the children of Sirin, six followers. They were Muhammad, Anas, Yahya, Ma'bad, Hafsa, and Karima. Abu Abdullah al-Nasawi gave them thus, and I transmitted it in the form of a book from him, which is written in what I think is the handwriting of Daraqutni. That is also related from Yahya bin Ma'in, and Hakim gave them thus in Kitab al-Ma'rifah, that is Kitab Ma'rifat Ulūm al-Hadīth. However, he said in what we hear from his Tariq through our Isnad from him, that he heard the expert Abu Ali al-Husayn ibn Ali mention the Banu Sirin as five siblings, Muhammad bin Sirin and the eldest of them, Ma'bad bin Sirin, Yahya bin Sirin, Khalid bin Sirin, Anas bin Sirin, and the youngest of them, Hafsa bin Sirin. It was related from Muhammad ibn Yahya from Anas ibn Malik, from the Messenger of God, who said, God, we respond in all sincerity, subservient like slaves. This is an oddity which someone made into a riddle by asking which three brothers related from one another. An example of seven is a Nu'man ibn Muqarrin and his brothers Ma'kil, Akil, Suwayd, Sinan, and Abdurrahman, and a seventh who is not named for us. The Bani Muqarrin al-Muzaniyun were seven brothers who participated in the emigration from Mecca to Medina and associated with the Messenger of God. According to Ibn Abdul Barr and a number of others, no one else shared this excellent distinction with them. It has been said that all of them were present at the Battle of the Trench. Sometimes there is some disagreement regarding the exact number of the siblings. We will not lengthen our book with groups of siblings numbering more than seven because of their rarity and the irrelevance of that to our present purpose, and God knows best. Stay tuned for category 44 and more parts.